Yo, sup geeks and welcome back! Once again the spooky season is here. I skipped last year's collab because I really don't know why, but this year I was really looking forward to participate, so obviously this video is part of this 2021 Halloween collaboration, so I'm really honored and happy to work again with Kitty's World, The Doll Fairy, Mr. Super Customs, Moonlight Jewel, Kiddo's Workshop, Jackie O, Hextian, Holly Craft, Etelan, Enchanterium, Delightful, and Anastasia Custom. The link to their channels will be down below. Today I will be working on an Ever After High mold, and I have to say the main reason I chose this one is obviously because of the character I'm making today. You already know who she is, BOOETTE. This doll is really pale, like no other doll I have is this pale. The only con I find is that for some reason, when I clean her up using 100% pure acetone, the factory paint stained her face, but I'll be correcting that later on, as you will see in a minute. So that said, I will prepare my setup for this face up, and I will bring company as well. As you can see, Piranha will be over here supervising her sister creation. And well, I finally got an airbrush! Oh my god, it's so shiny, I love it! So I prepared a color similar to her skin tone, and I'll be covering all the marks she has on her face. As usual, I will be sketching the face using a light brown watercolor pencil. This way it's easier to fix if mistakes happen. And believe me, they will always happen. For the blushing, I chose to go with pinks and purples, just to add a little hint of color. This doll is so monochrome that besides the gems or the super crown, I feel that at least her face needs to pop up a little bit. We all know, or well, I will assume everyone that is here already knows the origin of these fan-made characters based on the Super Crown power-up. It's really sad that none of them is actually official because I feel like Nintendo is wasting so much potential here. They are also colorful and happy that I feel like they are so charming that a video game just for them, it would be so perfect and fun. I would definitely buy it. But till this point, the only official character that can use the Super Crown is Toadette, and when she wears it, it can transform into this kind of Peach look-alike called Peachette, which is really cute, but I have questions, Nintendo. I have questions. For example, is Toadette the only Toad that can use the Super Crown? Or all of the other Mushroom Kingdom residents can wear it as well? Do all of them evolve into human form if they are using the Super Crown, just like Toadette does? Is Princess Peach actually a Toad that somehow evolved into a permanent human form using the Super Crown? Why does Peachette looks almost identical to Peach? Does Toadette wants at some point to impersonate and replace Peach as the ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom? I don't know, too many questions. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but you know, this Super Crown actually reminds me the Ice King crown from Adventure Time. The one that the Ice King wears. I remember the crown gives you the ice powers, but if worn too much, it also makes you to transform into a look-alike of the person who created the crown. Evergreen, I think it was the name. And you will even forget all your memories eventually. Now that I think about it, I really think that Adventure Time and the Super Mario universe really have a lot of things in common. And talking about that, I really own to myself a Princess Bubblegum doll. And casually, she is also a monochromatic character as well. But well, returning to this face-up, I'm just giving right now the final touches. The face-up is pretty much set. I wanted to give her a really whimsical look. Uh, that's why I chose this cute style of eyes, and I also chose this kinda bold style of blushing, just like her sister Pyrenees. It's really important to take a little bit of black pastel and make a shadow on the upper part of the eyes. This will give so much depth and the illusion of dimension on her eyes, and also giving her bottom white eyelashes. I decided to go with spirals as decorations for her cheeks. I don't know why I associate spirals with Halloween. I don't know, it's maybe because of Tim Burton. And now it's finally time for my favorite part. You know, the cash lights. Every face-up needs this so bad. It's not until we add these tiny white dots on her face that she looks completely alive. And now the face-up is completely done. And I'm obsessed, she's so cute. But for now, it's time to move on to her outfit. I use the same patterns I used for Pyrenees, I just modified them a little bit. I will be using this white pearl satin fabric I also used in my previous video. And I will be using a lot of lace and embroidered trims for her outfit because being monochromatic, I really wanted a lot of textures on her dress. I always start with the bodice, that in my opinion is always the most difficult part, but for this one I will keep it simple. It will be just a typical princess bodice, so let's do this. I will add a layer of embroidered lace to start adding more textures and giving that illusion of romanticism ghost bride I was looking for on my BOOETTE design. Now that we have the first dart done, I will just replicate it on the other side. This will help the bodice to perfectly fit the body of our doll. I will add the back pieces of the bodice and then I will sew a hem on the bottom part. And now the bodice is done. Let's try it on our model. I will then work on those petal things Cinderella-ish like she has on her skirt. Can someone in the comments enlighten me and let me know what the name of these things? I'm now attaching them to the bodice. But this time I am carefully hand sewing. Now I'm making a gathering stitch to gather the skirt. And once done, I will attach the skirt to the bodice, and again I will be hand sewing. I again tried the dress on the model and I'm really liking this silhouette, it's very Lolita. I'm comparing the length of the skirt with her sister's dress, just for them to match. I will also start adding trims and laces to start texturing the whole skirt. I want as many textures and details as possible, but at the same time I don't want to overkill it, just because I want to keep the clean silhouette, so I have to be careful and know when to stop. While doing this, I realized I don't necessarily have to use the whole trim. I can just cut the details I want and sew them onto the dress. This is looking so beautiful and delicate, I'm just loving it. For her shoulders and sleeve, I decided to go with this Disney's bell style. It's just so beautiful, it will give you some shoulders, it's so feminine and delicate. Of course, you can say you're doing a Lolita dress without throwing some bows here and there. And now we're almost there. I just need to close the skirt from the inside. And that will be the final step on this dress. I'm really proud how this piece turned out. It's just so beautiful. I would like to be buried wearing this dress. I also made a pair of very high white stockings. And I will use a piece of embroidered trim to make her choker. I also made a petticoat out of this tulle mesh for an extra puffiness. And now it's time to move on to the wig. The first step will be painting the wig cap white, just in case it shows it won't be too visible. For the hair, I will be taking a risky step this time, because I want to combine both yarn and nylon hair in the same wig. Yarn wefts are perfect for this type of anime spiky hairdos. Yarn is very easy to style in pointy shapes, but sadly you will never get a very long hair using yarn wefts, no matter how hard you try. So that's why I will be using a very long nylon hair. For the long part of the wig, I really want her hair all the way down to the floor. I think since they are both white, they will blend perfectly. I don't know, this might not work using other colors though, I'm not sure, but I think in white you can barely tell the difference. As usual, I will be using E6000 to glue the wefts because, you know, this thing is really strong and dries clear and fast. That said, I will proceed to start gluing all the long part of the wig, aka the nylon part. I will start from the bottom and I will be layering all the way up to the crown. Once I get to the crown, I will stop using the nylon hair, which you can see is really long and I'm here dying for it. Now it will be time to start working with the yarn. I already styled the pointy swirls these Mario princesses always have. For that, I always use just regular extra strong hairspray and some water. I will start strategically gluing all these swirls according to the design. And after that, I will start covering the transition from yarn to nylon and blending it. I will work now on the front design. With an X-Acto knife blade, I'm trimming the unnecessary parts. And with this, I'm done with the wig. I was so worried in the beginning if this was going to work or not, but now it's done. I definitely want to make long wigs again in the future because this one just turned out so perfect. And finally, it's time for the accessories. I don't have a 3D printer, but who needs one when we have super light air dry clay, my favorite clay for doll accessories. And if you follow my work, you know this clay is a must for all my custom dolls, especially for accessories and armor. And if you're new here, well, now you know it. Go and check my other videos. Just kidding. Now I realize I should have made a mold for the super crown. It would be easier if I want to add more girls to this super crown squad. Talking about that, which one should be the next to join the team? Maybe Pichette herself? I don't know. Of course, I will give her a little boo friend just like I gave Piranha a little piranha plant friend. I just think these adorable girls holding their little friends on her arms are just too cute. I'm gonna faint of cuteness. I am adding a pearl coat just to make it fancier. And here they are. This clay is always the best for doll accessories, as you can see. For her heels, I decided to go with the original Holly O'Hare shoes, just because they're super fierce and also they have this texture that feels like embroidery, and I think it would go perfect with the dress I made. I'm painting them in very thin coats to preserve all the 3D details. Finally, I will add the signature gem in her chest. I decided to go with purples, you know, just to match her makeup and eyes, also because I didn't want any extra color. And now we're finally done. We have the outfit, the accessories, and of course our doll. So it's about time to dress her up. So well guys, I'm really thankful if you watched the whole video. Also don't forget, if you like my work, to support me by subscribing to my channel, also commenting on this video, and also don't forget to binge watch all the other videos of this spooky but very stylish collab. Well, see you all on my next video. Bye!